Boom.
I went home.
Here we are. We back.
Yo, we back. What's going on? Welcome back to the penthouse. I don't care what Phil says. We in the penthouse in his apartment complex.
This guy.
All right. New episode.
The IRS is going to hit me up.
Yeah,
I'm not Trump. This ain't Mar-a-Lago or none of that.
Reported some money.
Yeah, they're going to come here and look for my tax papers.
But I don't know, though. Welcome, man. A new episode. It's your co-host, Avery Mason. I'm here with the one and only Phil Hunt. It's my guy, OG in the game.
We here doing it. Episode 60.
60 million thousand and
60 what? 67, 63?
Something like that. And
something like that.
We are 3/4 of the way down in my mom's wine stash. This is the new one for this week. It's called Crane Lake. It's not an ad, but it is delicious.
Okay.
This one's from 2014 and it's a red. And
okay, we got something from this decade. Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm a little scared for the next one. That's not from this decade.
Okay.
You want to hold that up to show them what it is?
What does it say? That's a tough word to say.
Santogen?
Sanatogen.
There you go. Is it Sanatogen?
Sanatogen tonic wine.
Yeah.
So,
it's from Jamaica.
From Jamaica.
Mark and them make it.
Okay. We're going to be a real rude boy?
Yeah, it's supposed to be healthy because you're supposed to drink it once a day, 3 times a week. So hopefully after we finish this.
They do say wine is good for your heart. You know, overseas they do a glass with every meal. Well, dinner, I should say.
They're just alcoholics. That's an excuse.
I mean, you know.
You drink wine with every meal?
No, but I think that's because there's shame involved with drinking here. I won't get too deep into it, but you could just about smoke weed now more than you could drink, and people would judge you. Like, you know, if you wake up and do a shot of liquor, people will be like, "Yo, you should probably go to rehab." But if you wake up and smoke, what's that called?
Wake and bake.
Wake and bake. See, hashtag wake and bake. So
I think a lot of people feel like me, where they're just like, I feel a lot safer smoking than I do drinking. I don't get dizzy smoking. I just get sleepy. I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, can't go back to sleep. I throw in an edible, smoke a little bit.
I'm curious to see where it's gonna go. Like, this is shit we joked about, right? Like, I was on Broadway yesterday, so upper 110th-ish in Broadway, Columbia University. All the students were going in like the CBD shop, but I seen that they actually got weed for sale now, so it was just weird seeing a price list for weed.
In the menu?
Because it's been so secretive before.
Yeah.
But then they had it right on the door, you know, eighths this much, a quarter this much. And you like, bro, this is shit we joked about. Like in the 90s, Def Comedy Jam, a lot of the jokes were, they talking about the government selling weed. I don't know, because they going to add taxes.
Yeah.
It's $10.60 now.
That's exactly
instead of 10. And it's like, yeah, man, that's where we at.
Bro, they have, that's how you know it's becoming commercialized now, because now they got rewards programs for people. You go there enough, you get enough points, you can get like a vape pen or something like that. That's the world we live in now.
You're going to forget that card, though. Yeah. You're going to be high as hell. You're going to forget the punch card. Oh, man.
Hey, you got to borrow yours, brother?
Somewhere.
Let me borrow your frequent flyer card there. And they got a menu with all kind of fruity, flavorful names. Like there was one called Durban Poison. There's one like called Tutti Frutti.
So many names.
Gorilla Glue. That's not an ad. Hold on. We don't, listen. 21 and over, we encourage you to. Under 21, hey, stay in school.
It could be an ad, though. That's where we at, man.
Do you sometimes get tired when you're at home?
This guy.
Maybe you have problems sleeping. Have you tried some Durban Poison?
I love that you went right into pitch man mode.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. There'll be a little thing that pops up right there.
Maybe Shaq will give you one of his 1,000 endorsement deals.
He got a weed too, you know.
He's got everything. That doesn't surprise me.
It's a world living. Jay-Z's got a weed strain, and so does Shaq.
I mean, technically speaking, who's higher than Shaq? That was a joke about his height. Yeah, I did that, folks. It's early. We're going to be here all weekend, folks. The drink specials are, and the restrooms are over there.
Bro, speaking of being places all weekend, dog, you was up in Buffalo. Well, you were there from what, Thursday or was it Friday?
I was there from Thursday till Saturday.
How was it, man? Was it everything
you remembered? It was fun. I was featuring for Alonzo Bowden. He's one of the best. Check him out. He's got a special on Amazon. What is it? Light heavyweight? Don't quote me on that. Don't worry about it.
Don't look it up.
Alonzo Bowden's got to check that out. It's dope. He won Last Comic Standing. He's dope. It was fun. I lived in Buffalo for 10 months, 10 years ago. So it was dope to go back and see like what had changed. And
What changed?
they built downtown up and then they didn't build shit else. So downtown just looks like a different city.
Damn.
And then you drive out to Bailey Avenue and different places and you're like, what the hell? It looked like 1970 over here.
Okay, well, at least they moved up from 1950. They got stop signs. They got traffic lights now.
And good buffalo wings, man.
Of course, you would hope.
One of the bars had peanut butter wings. I
Hard
forget
Pass.
what the bar was called. What was that
Hard
bar
Pass.
called? It was downtown. Hard Pass?
On the peanut butter wings, yeah.
The best wings I ever had was caramel wings. And I was thinking just like you. I was like, what? Why would you do that? It was this little spot in Binghamton. And they were like, yeah, we got caramel wings. And I was like, what? Why would you do that? And the dude was like, we'll bring you like 4 of them. Them shits was fire. Like they might be worth the drive to Binghamton.
My words are stuck in my throat. I'm trying to find a word. I mean, were there apples involved with the caramel? Or was just
No, just caramel and ranch. Got to dip them in some ranch.
Ew. Oh my God,
It was
man.
fire,
Like
dog.
I'm trying to enjoy my Sunday. You just mix 2 flavors that have no business. Caramel and ranch.
It do sound like something Saweetie would do.
So the caramel wasn't enough, sauce wasn't enough for you, bro. You had to take the ranch.
Got to get a little ranch.
So we could do this is going to be this week's poll. All right, I'm going to take this, and this is what's going to be on IG later. We're going to do a poll, folks. Would you, yes or no? Would you try some caramel wings? And if you would you dip them in ranch? So we're going to have like 3 polls. Yes, no, hell no.
People have tried way worse stuff, but yeah, Buffalo was fun, man. Buffalo was fun. Good crowds. I got to have some fun with this joke I've been doing about school zones.
I saw that.
It's funny, like if people, yeah, you can go to my page. I posted a short clip of it. We're not gonna get a whole thing away though.
What's your
I gotta
page?
say that because I know that's what you like to do.
What's your page?
At I am Phil Hunt.
Hey.
That is PHILHUNT. If you can't spell at I am, I don't want your dumb ass following me. That is
T, I'm getting really good at these segues. You see that? That's 2. I'm 2 for 2.
That was
on the
pretty
segue.
good,
Thank
man.
you, man. I've been working on it. I'm working on it, bro.
that was a pretty good segue, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that you.
I drove. I made the decision last minute to drive from New York City to Buffalo. 6.5 hours. There's nothing in between here and there.
Animals, cows. Nothing.
Reservations.
Okay.
I almost said Indian Native American reservations, folks. That's what's out there.
No, Phil.
That's what's waiting for you.
Indigenous peoples reservations.
That's a long ass word. Native is shorter. I'm going with native. They have almost as many names as we do as black people.
Sure do.
We got what? Colored, black, Negro.
We need some more racist white people. There's some other words they came up with.
They got almost as many names as we do. We might be tied. We might be neck and neck.
Maybe.
Yeah, we might be neck and neck on that one. But yeah, that's all that's out there. Casinos, reservations.
Casinos. How was the
Some
weather?
lakes.
How was the weather? I'm just curious. Was it
It
cold?
got colder. You know, you get up near Canada. The hotel they had us staying in, you could see Canada from there. So it's always like, which I've been to the other side of Niagara Falls, which like, okay, Buffalo, then there's Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
The American side of Niagara Falls is raggedy as fuck. Like it's not nothing you want to see.
Don't put no money in it.
But then you go on the other side and you're like, oh, I see they invested very much in this side of things.
Yeah, I think the funny thing about Niagara Falls, I think all the people like who went over the falls were American. Like for some reason the Canadians saw Niagara Falls as like, we'll just build around it. We'll look at it. We'll admire the beauty. And all the Americans like, dude, we gotta go diving in there, man. That looks like fun. Like there was a thing people wanted to see. Can I go over the falls and survive?
But they put gravy on French fries, that poutine or Houdini or Houdini, whatever the fuck it's called. The freaks come out at night eating gravy on French fries.
Mozzarella. Well, you the one. You ate caramel wings. Don't judge nobody.
Okay.
Caramel wings with ranch. How dare you?
But we not putting gravy on French fries.
No,
that's wild behavior.
I could see it. I had it before. I didn't like it. I thought it was going to be this delicious thing, and it's really just
purely lumberjack behavior of like, have you been out in the woods chopping down trees all day? Was that Logan from Wolverine?
Yeah.
Well, Logan from Wolverine.
Wolverine is Logan.
Because he chops down those trees all day, and then he goes and eats.
That's another commercial. Have you been chopping trees all day, and your mutant powers have now worn you out, and you want fries, but you also want the savory flavor of a steak?
Somebody throws something at the fucking camera as you do this. Like, if they're watching this on their phone, I hope they just launch the phone. They're sick of you and that fucking cadence.
No.
That fucking late night TV cadence.
We got what you want, and it's poutine and lots of it. Mozzarella drizzled with gravy and French fries.
It's like,
and the logo's right here.
Shaq selling minimum coverage for a general insurance. Let you go, Shaq. I know you gotta have like a triple reinforced Escalade. You ain't got no minimum coverage on it.
Yeah, no, that was one of my favorite episodes of what's that show called from MTV? Cribs, where he showed off his car, the Superman car, this gigantic Escalade of a car, hold a 7'3" man.
I was thinking about this, and I posed this question to you because I was driving up there and I drove past a minimum security prison.
What's that? What's that mean? Like,
well, there's a minimum and a maximum, right?
I just mean nobody have guns.
So which one would you rather live near? Now, in the maximum security prison, that means it's got more guards, more security, right?
Yeah.
But it's more dangerous motherfuckers inside. So you got like murderers, killers.
Okay.
Minimum security is like people who just, you got 8 DUIs. You're just a menace to society. You're less dangerous, but there's less security. Which one would you rather live by? A maximum security, knowing it's the most dangerous motherfuckers inside the prison, or a minimum security, knowing that there's a chance they might break out, but they're just kleptomaniacs or whatever?
This is going to be another poll question. I'm going to chop that. But for me, I would rather live next to the max. I don't need that.
But it's more dangerous motherfuckers in there, man.
It's going to be a lot harder for them to get out of prison. That's all I'm trying to say. And the guards got guns. At the minimum security prison, all the guys have is whistles. That's not saving.
But I'm just a klepto.
He's running. Don't let him get in that car. Now he's a killer. Once he's in the car, he's a killer.
That's funny.
I don't want to live next to that guy. He's not a killer.
So it's like 8 fences surrounding the maximum security.
I feel a lot
and just
safer.
One surrounding the minimum. But if I'm a klepto, I might steal the fence.
Maybe, but I still feel safe.
What fence?
I ain't see no fence out here. They ain't finished building it. I feel a lot safer next to the max. I don't want to be near the guys who like stealing stuff, I
was thinking about that because I used to live, obviously, in Indianapolis in Indiana. And
they have those out there?
The most dangerous, no, there was a maximum security in Pendleton Pike. Okay. Maximum security. And they would bring like the most dangerous motherfuckers. Like, what was the killer? Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh. They transported him to Indiana, and you go, like, I get it, but could you also not bring the most dangerous motherfuckers here? And I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, so there's almost no chance of escaping.
I'm guessing that's what they do. They keep them away from the like big like population hubs. Like, I don't know, this thing about Jeffrey Dahmer is going on now.
Yeah.
Life Jennings was talking about when he was locked up with Jeffrey Dahmer in Pittsburgh. It was the funniest story. I don't know if y'all saw it. It was on Instagram. He was like, yeah, I sang to him.
Yeah, pretty brown eyes. And you're like, which if you watch the Dahmer documentary, that's actually the best part. It's like he's going in these gay clubs or gay bars or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's the 80s.
That's right. It's Surface.
So Shalimar is playing. Surface is playing. All these good like 80s R&B music is playing. So you're like, this story matches up. The timeline matches up. But you go, Life Jennings, I don't know why that's a story you want to tell. You was singing the Dahmer?
Yeah, he was. He said, yeah. He was like, yeah, I used to just mop. Let me do my Life Jennings impression. Yeah, I used to just mop around the floors when I was in prison.
Have you watched any of the Dahmer series?
I have no interest in watching any of that. The guy's a killer. He ate people for a living, and like he ate a medium rare. I don't.
I think the kids would call it a munch. That's what the kids would call it.
Shout out to Ice Spice.
Nah, Ice Spice was what he cooked your ass with. It's what he sprinkled on top of your body
right before he took a bite.
Ice Spice.
Why do we glorify serial killers? Like,
I don't think we're glorifying it. I think it's a thing that people are interested in. What do they call it? Being, I think, voyeuristic, meaning people are into things they can't do. So, like, if you notice, the best TV shows involve sex, drugs, and murder. Hold on. because there's not things you can actively do in your life and then maintain your life. So Power is the number one show. The Wire. What else is regarded as the number one show? The Sopranos.
Snowfall is pretty
The
good.
Sopranos. But it's anything where it's not going to be you an accountant.
Right.
Because it's like, motherfucker, that's real life. I could go get a job in accounting right now.
Yeah, my only problem with that is that there's people who actually survived that Jeffrey Dahmer stuff.
One guy.
And subscribe to Netflix. And
One guy.
Can you imagine he's watching his For You and the documentary comes up, this is for you. I'm like, no, the hell it's not. And he watches it like, that's not how it was. No, that's not how it was. Like, Hollywood spices his story up. So he's like, nah, it wasn't that simple.
I think
Like
there's. I'm not a big believer in awareness, but I do think there needs to be some, like, it was the 80s. Why are you drinking a drink that somebody just handed you? If you didn't see it be made, and there was a rule for weed, if you didn't see it get rolled, so you don't know what the fuck's in there.
You are staying true to the blade. Who the blade?
I understand why, and I mean it's a story that needs to be told because growing up, they always portray him as like this genius, but when you actually watch the story, you're like, oh, the cops actually came to his house like 8 times.
Yeah, the neighbor called.
He just was being white.
Yeah, but
and he would pretty much tell the cops, "We in here doing gay stuff. Y'all want to come in?" And they'd be like, doing what stuff? Gay stuff. Then he'd be like, you want to come in? And they'd be like, no, we good. Y'all have a nice night doing gay stuff.
You know what was funny about that? The 8 times, it was a black woman that was calling the cops on him. I don't remember her name, but she was...
Well, Niecy Nash played her and plays her well.
No, not Niecy Nash, bro.
Niecy Nash is the person in the documentary, in the series, silly. She plays the woman that was calling the cops.
I'm 100% sure that's not Niecy Nash.
It is. I could have sworn.
Nah,
Am I bugging?
It's the lady who does the Dawn commercials, the soap commercials.
Maybe I'm bugging. Is it the Pine Sol lady?
Yeah, this was. We gotta have to look this up. Who?
I could have sworn it was Niecy Nash.
Nah, it's not Niecy.
You've been wrong a lot though.
I
on
have.
This podcast.
But I feel like when I'm right, I'm really right.
It's Niecy Nash, bro. I watched it. Very Reno 911.
Oh.
Cause that lady is actually a real lady. The lady, her actual name is Glenda Cleveland, but they actually have her 911 calls of her being like, "Nah, something wrong with that motherfucker."
Yeah, he's over there.
Let me tell this story. Which
screaming over there, and they
me and my roommate, well, my old roommate, we always joked about black women having a sixth sense. So, long story short, when I got ready to move in to this apartment in Harlem, I had a black lady as a landlord, and she, the day I moved in, goes, "I could do a background check. What's your name? Where you say you're from? That don't sound right to me. You moved here to do what? You came here to do comedy. Oh, okay, comedy. All right, tell me a joke. I've been here 4 minutes. You ain't said nothing funny yet." So true story.
She looked you up and down like, nah.
I go, "Well, you could take my social security number, do a background check, credit report. You're welcome to do whatever you feel like doing."
Yeah.
She writes my name down on a sheet of paper. I go to write my social down. She like, "I'm just saying, I got 2 kids. You could be a child molester." "How do I know you're not a child molester?" She stares at me for like 3 straight minutes.
Better answer that right question.
It was intense. I didn't say shit.
You did.
She just stared at me for 3 minutes. Then she went, "You good." Black women be knowing, man. Whole story. She's like, something wrong with him.
So if black women be knowing what happened to Nia Long, I guess she didn't pick that signal up, huh? Then you would have never seen that.
You said that. I didn't say it.
Does that mean?
You said that. I didn't say it.
Her sixth sense wasn't working.
I mean, you done went completely left.
No, you said all black women.
I'm just saying there are smells when it comes to serial killing. That's the part that's crazy about Dahmer. It's like he had a 1-bedroom apartment and he just was killing people and then going to sleep with them in the same apartment.
With a dead person.
If you watch Gacy, John Wayne Gacy, serial killer, his story, same thing. He was killing little boys, molesting them and stuff too, but he at least put them in the basement. Like he had an actual house.
Yeah,
he had some square footage. You can't really be a serial killer in a 1-bedroom apartment. You got to have storage.
Yeah, Dexter, if you watch Dexter, he had a whole basement.
So no, Niecy Nash, she just kept complaining. Her character was like, it stinks over there.
Yeah, no, but that's what happened in real life.
It fucking stinks.
The lady who was his neighbor complained. Like, she's like, yo, there's people, I hear screaming. and the cops would come.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even Bundy had like storage. You gotta have your shit together. You gotta have a good real estate agent. You can't just be in a studio apartment. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just murder. You ain't got nowhere to hide these bodies now. They just under your bed. Your neighbor is like, it's stinking over there. I'm just saying. And every time it was so funny, he would go, the meat is spoiled. It's some spoiled meat. And that's the thing too. Jeffrey's kind of like autistic, low key.
Yeah.
So you looking at the numbers of people he murdered and you going, nobody just whooped his ass. He looks like he's like 110 pounds.
Yeah, well, that's what happened in
he's
prison.
He's slow. He's autistic.
In prison, they did what they did, and y'all don't know, he ended up getting killed in prison by another prisoner.
I remember the day he got killed because my father, obviously it was a big man hunt, but I remember coming home from school and my dad just being like, motherfucker's stomach must have been growling. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
That would start a fight. Hey, man.
Hey, Jeffrey's hungry. You didn't eat twice. We watched you at lunch. You wasn't eating, so and who the fuck gonna close their eyes around him?
They made sure he was full at lunchtime. Hey, you want my cornbread, Jeffrey? You can have it. you want my wings? You can have them, Jeffrey. That's crazy. Damn.
But yeah, it's just so funny because, like I said, it's 8 times or so they go to his apartment and naked, bleeding Asian boy, and they're like, he's like, we're doing gay stuff. This is my boyfriend. Yeah. And Niecy Nash character comes over and goes, that looks like a kid. That's a child. And Jeffrey just kind of goes, he's 19. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened.
It's interesting because people think that doesn't go on today. Remember the boy that took the girl up into the woods? Remember they went on like a tour? They was like in Utah, seeing the mountains, and the girl was documenting it. And then he killed her or whatever, went back to Florida, and then they interrogated him, and he was just like...
Yeah, we had a fight.
And he was just like, I don't know where she is. And it's like, dude, you just went on like a Twin City tour with her.
His excuse was we got into a fight, and she left, and I didn't see her, and I left. I got mad and came home, and the cops were like, what
was his name? Brian something?
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember
Brian Landry. That was his name. Took the girl up into the woods, and then, she just didn't come back. There was 911 calls kind of documenting they were having problems the whole trip, and got back to Florida, and just the cops were like, what happened to that girl you went out with? And he was like, I don't know where she is.
Bro, for weeks.
And then got up and left.
I don't know. Stop asking me. Leave me and my family alone. We ain't doing nothing.
Man. Being white is good, man. I wish I could.
Some power in that.
some true power, man.
Hey T, you want the last of the sip here? I think we're gonna move on to the Santonogen now. You wanna take a sip? So
that was nice of you.
It was, right?
To offer her the last of the wine.
We've been drinking before you came.
All right. Well, enough talk about cereal.
Yeah,
let's get into some happy stuff. What else you got?
Before you do that, I just want to say, listen, y'all, thank you for watching. We coming up on 100 episodes, man. And this is a podcast that got started off of me and Phil's phone calls. Like, if this wasn't being recorded right now, this would be a phone call that Phil. This is what we actually talk about. I don't want you to think this is something we're doing just because it's recorded.
Yeah, the phone calls are way worse, though.
Yeah, no, phone
calls. We naming names.
You're going to have to subscribe to our Patreon to get the phone calls. You will never hear, or OnlyFans. You will never hear us naming names and stuff we talk about. But this is what it starts. So thank you for your support.
That's the thing, man.
And make sure you follow, like, share, and subscribe. It's at But I Don't Know Though Pod on Instagram. Follow the YouTube. It's on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube to get the video.
Phone calls are way worse.
They're way worse.
Saying shit like, hey, you out here calling yourself a snack. You wouldn't have been doing that if Dahmer was alive. You said you was a snack. Now he got to find out, damn it. See, yeah, we say all sorts of cancelable shit during those phone calls.
Nah, I don't think. Should we do that? Start Patreon and do the phone call?
Nah, don't do that.
Nah, I got a lot to lose, and I think Phil does too, but I don't
You got a little more than me. I just do comedy. You the actor. Checking some football scores here.
Yeah, let me know how am I doing on the
Giants beat Green Bay. The Giants are 4-1. That's crazy.
So yeah, like, share, subscribe, follow the page, follow Phil at I Am Phil Hunt, follow me, Avery Mason Official, and let's keep the conversation going, man. We really appreciate y'all, man. We got more coming. But yes, I didn't put my money on the Giants. I really thought the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, former NFL MVP, would get the job done. And
Nah.
Let
That
me
look
down.
like so. The Giants are looking like a team of destiny.
What about the Eagles? Did that game happen yet?
Give me a second here.
He's going to look it up.
The Giants won 27-22.
Wow.
The Eagles, that's a 4 o'clock game. Everybody's watching the Cowboys, too.
You watching?
They're 3-1.
Have you been watching NBA preseason?
Yeah, I've been taking in some NBA, man. I watched my Pacers play the Knicks the other night because that's our rival. Fucking Obi Toppin, man. Obi Toppin looks good.
Yeah, if they give him some playing time, like he comes off the bench.
Well, I mean, he's got to earn it, and they are. You know,
So
the other night he had like 5 dunks that were like breakaway, like spectacular shit
between the
man.
legs,
through the legs, all sorts of shit that angered me. That I'm like, I wish we had a Draymond Green to punch that nigga. Just punch him for that shit.
Wait. You gotta set it up right. So
everybody knows what happened, man.
Y'all all saw it now. Like sometimes in the heat of practice, things happen, words are exchanged, and I don't know what Jordan Poole said to Draymond, but all we saw was there were words, there was a push, and then Draymond hit him with a right cross.
So yeah, in case you guys live under a rock, the Golden State Warriors, which, you know, they're the defending champions, the NBA champions. The younger guy, Jordan Poole, what is he, like 26, 27? Old enough to not know. You don't fuck with Draymond Green. Like, everybody kind of knows that.
Mm-hmm. I mean...
And for some reason, Draymond approached him and he kept talking.
I wish I know what it was that he said to him. He had to say something that like personal level that violated, or maybe Draymond was playing bad and Poole was just like, yeah, nah, you can't stop me. What's good?
You got to run through Draymond's history. So Draymond, for those of you who don't know, Draymond's been on the Golden State Warriors. What is Draymond? A 4-time NBA champion
4
now.
times, yeah, defensive player.
5 or 6-time All-Star defensive player of the year. But most notably, off the court. Remember he went back to Michigan State and got in a fight? He punched some dude in the nuts. Yeah. And the dude like sued him for like $300,000. Got paid because Draymond did that shit.
You know what it is? He's feeling confident from those Invisalign commercials because when his teeth were crooked,
Is that what it is?
Nah, he got his teeth straight. Now he's feeling more confident. Now you can't talk to my teeth are straight now, you know.
Is that what you think it is?
I mean, maybe.
You think it's that?
Possible.
Okay. Did you see the girl showed up there?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're right there at the door. They opened the door and then they got really nervous. Hey, how y'all doing?
They saw a gigantic man and we're like, nah, we're out. What's up, y'all? We see you. Okay, they're not coming.
Okay. Well, if you need to step over and do anything.
Yeah, no, we're good. Do you want to try this tonic? I'm a little afraid to try it.
Yeah, okay. Quit pushing wine on Tiana.
We out here drinking. That's what it is. We in a penthouse.
You acting like that dude in that Drewski sketch. He did a sketch about drinking and how dudes are just, yo, you want to drink? You drinking?
Yeah, try.
Oh, come on, you do a little more. Like, you getting to be like Jeffrey Dahmer a little bit right now. Because Jeffrey had them drinks. Jeffrey be like, nah, come on, man, drink that.
Nah, this wine is supposed to be healthy. I don't know if I taste health in this. It tastes like Robitussin. I'm not
a little bit.
It does taste like Robitussin.
That's true. Very true.
It means it's good for you.
It does taste like Robitussin. Where were we? Draymond Green.
Draymond punched Jordan Poole in the face.
Which, before I guess the report came out Wednesday or whatever, Thursday, something like that. Yeah. And we all kind of were like, well, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
And before they showed it to us, we were like, oh, well, Draymond's fucking nuts. We all know that anyway, right? Yeah. But once you saw the tape, because the tape got released like Friday, you're like, I mean, Draymond gave him every chance to shut the fuck up. And you got to respect, last time Draymond got suspended, it was him and Kevin Durant. That it's like, he
punched KD.
He didn't punch him.
Threw a punch.
He just, no. Okay. He didn't hit. Why you want to add
That's what I mean,
extra
I'm just
charges on the black man? Come on, man.
Hey.
You sound like the police right now.
That's what they was reporting.
No, he didn't.
There was a scuffle.
He didn't do nothing. It's filmed. You can watch it. They just argued. But they felt like he went too far. But she basically, word is, she told KD, motherfucker, we're champions without you. We're the best team of all time without you. So, and I mean, the same thing with Jordan Poole, that it's like, people saying they felt like he's getting too big for his britches. And it's like, well, KD was there, and KD's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Top tier talent. Jordan Poole is He and the Jordan Clarkson 6-man off the bench spark kind of guy. He's a really good player, but I'm saying he's nothing like KD. So it's
not even.
If Draymond talks shit to KD, then he's gonna definitely talk shit to you. And you gotta respect that he built that. You know, him, Steph, Clay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jordan Poole is gonna be down the line. He'd be a phenomenal talent. I mean,
he is already. He's the top scorer for them. But it's like, bro, everyone on this team understands when Draymond tells you to shut up, if you don't want to fight, shut up. Yeah, because Jordan Poole pushed him first.
He did push him. Draymond was just standing. Poole did push him.
When Draymond walk up on you, it ain't to smell your cologne,
or hug you.
Yeah, it ain't for a hug.
Yeah,
so you push Draymond Green.
Draymond reminds me of Charles Barkley a lot. Like, he had that same kind of temperament. You know what I'm saying?
You won't make that mistake. Anthony Mason, there's a lot of them.
Yep.
A lot of tough guys with that build that it's like, man, look.
Way back. Who's the Charles Oakley of the NBA today? Is it Draymond?
Something like that. But you feel like Draymond's maybe a little more talented. That's why I said Anthony Mason. I do.
Anthony Mason. Well,
something like that.
Yeah, I think Draymond is more talented, at least defensively.
Something like that. Yeah. But you know Draymond's not for play.
No, I don't.
Both his
6'6", 6'7".
Both his teams are like people who fight the Warriors. Like, Draymond thinks he's a Warrior for real. He's a Spartan.
Warriors.
He's a Spartan. You seen 300. You know what they do. So next time, Jordan Poole, play your light skin role and just shut the fuck up, man. It's all right sometimes to shut the fuck up. We all know guys like this.
He's gonna bring candles to practice.
There are these guys that we deal with that it's like, if he comes for you, you either gotta run or walk away from him or fight him. Those are your only two choices. So I feel like Jordan Poole was trying to be in the middle.
And
it's like there's no middle ground here, dog.
You fight or you just get beat up at this point. You gotta fight.
That's embarrassing because all the players were kind of like, yo, I would have to fight that motherfucker.
Yeah, but you know what? The resolution, he's taking time away from the team. Well, what's that going to do? I remember when, what's his name from the Bulls? He plays on the Bucks now, but he knocked that European dude.
Oh, Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis hit the guy in his jaw and broke his jaw, and they suspended him for like 2 games. So that's probably what's going to happen.
But Bobby Portis is an NBA champion, was on the Bucks, and Mirotic's back in Europe somewhere playing.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
He's like, yo, them project niggas hit hard. I'm going to go play in Europe and eat an unseasoned steak.
There you go.
I don't want no part of these Negroes. They've been oppressed. They out here.
They hungry.
With the civil rights fist, Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis from like Arkansas, he hit him with the civil rights fist.
Yeah, they don't know about that in Europe, man.
You don't know about Selma.
Nah, he ain't never marched.
Yeah, he ain't never marched for nothing. Mirotic took his ball and went home.
Sure did. Probably the best thing he could have done.
Bobby Portis punched his passport.
I like that. That's
Bam,
funny.
Motherfucker.
You know what else I like too, bro, about the NBA this year? LeBron finally cut that receding hairline.
Yeah.
Whatever that surgically enhanced bald spot, whatever that was.
That's funny because he was like, he came out and said Tory Lanez makes great music, and people didn't see the connection. That it's like, they got the same hair doctor.
They got the same barber.
Of course they support each other. They got the same Beijing spray. They've been using the same technology on their hair for years.
You know, LeBron watched a lot of game tape. So when he was watching this game tape, he had to see that you could see where the line was and where the spot was in the back of his head. He had to see that on everything.
Yeah, one year he did get crazy and he did like some spray, and then like in the third quarter, that shit was just like all over the place. Then there's that clip of Tory Lanez playing in that celebrity game, and his hairpiece is just like, it's like, bruh.
I'm just like, just do like me, y'all. Just go bald. I'm never.
That's why I know people respect Jordan.
You know, I jokingly said that I would get the piece, but if I were to ever get some glue on hair, it'd have to be for like a red carpet event where somebody would be like, "Oh man, you let your hair grow out." Like,
that's why people respect Michael Jordan, and you got to think the only difference between Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler is what?
The baldy. Clyde didn't shave it all off.
Clyde had the hole in the middle.
They kept it on the side.
And look how close it is. Clyde was drafted the year before Michael Jordan. Right? He goes to the Trailblazers. Black and red. Jordan wears black and red. He wears number 22. Jordan wears number 23. All he had to do was shave his head. He was 1 year before him.
He's in that generation where like that George Jefferson look is cool. I think that
shit is crazy.
That was the last time when somebody could walk around with a horseshoe and just be like,
"It's crazy."
That was a professional look. Like,
if you look at it, it's like Michael Jordan is Mario, and then Clyde Drexler is Wario.
There you go.
But you talk to any old nigga, and they'll be like, "Five Slammer Jammer was the shit." Any nigga with a hoop earring.
Ralph Sampson. Who's it? Ralph Sampson, Clyde Drexler, who else?
I'm not old enough to remember.
Oh, no, wait. Five Slammer Jammer. No, yeah, that was Houston. That was when they went to college, right?
It was Elijah
Yeah, Elijah Drexler.
Elijah and Drexler.
Yeah, Elijah Drexler, whatever.
But it's like, yeah, man.
That
Jordan had Nike, and Clyde Drexler had Etonics.
Etonics. Damn.
That's it.
Etonics.
It was so close, though.
Where are Etonics now?
Hey, man. I mean, good luck. Your mama get you some Etonics.
Yeah, before we get out of the NBA, I just want to give one more big shout out to what I saw in the preseason. Victor Wembanyama.
Here you go. Fucking up the foreigner's name.
Wembanyama,
some shit like that. Anyway, we still can't say Giannis' last name. And he an MVP, NBA champion.
Yo,
we just call his ass Giannis. We not gonna attempt the last name, so you can call him Victor W.
Antetokounmpo.
Anyway, what about him?
7'4".
That wasn't in the preseason, though. By the way, that was just a random exhibition.
Oh yeah,
game.
It was a Europe League versus.
But in case you live under a rock, Victor W is looking like the #1 draft prospect. So he played, which I'm not a big believer in.
Yeah, he's like 18 years old, but he's also like 20 pounds. He's like 7'4".
Too skinny.
He'd never. I mean, he could probably make an NBA, but it'd take a long. Any team who drafts him is gonna take a long time to develop. Put some muscle on.
He's too skinny. It looks like what I told people about Chet Holmgren, which I was right.
Yeah.
You know, Chet was scrawny, and I was like, yeah, he's scrawny. That motherfucker's built like Zendaya, and everybody laughed and went, are you body shaming him? And I'm like, hell yeah, you can't come play a physical game. And what happened to Chet Holmgren?
He's hurt.
He played 2 minutes in an exhibition game. In an exhibition game, LeBron was on the floor. He chased him down the court one time, bumped into LeBron, fell over, shattered his ankle. Again, he's built like fucking Zendaya. Get him off the floor. Well, he's out for the season now.
I'm gonna counter that argument and say, look at Zion. Zion's not built like Zendaya. Zion's built like, Nicole Byer.
Well, you can be too big and you can also be too small.
I'm just saying,
these are things we know.
Zion was fit, and
these are things we acknowledge.
We haven't seen him in 3 seasons. This is gonna be the first season that we're gonna see Zion play.
Box truck on the highway, what do they tell you? This shit may tip over. It's too big. And if you get a smart car, it's like you can only go so fast. So, Victor looks frail in the chest. He's not playing American competition. and these people, they just start watching people too young. There's Amani Bates that you go back 2 years ago. Yeah. Amani Bates, he's the next LeBron. Yeah. Amani Bates, I think, came off the bench and averaged like 6 points in college.
Yeah.
So these people, they get too hype about children.
Yeah, I don't think they should be doing that. A lot of people are watching kids in high school. I mean, I guess the social media made it easier for people to get themselves out there. Yeah. There's one basketball player named Mikey. I don't know what his last name is, but they've been watching him from high school, and there's a good chance he's probably not even going to go to college.
Yeah.
He's probably just going to go straight to the G League now that the rules have changed.
6-camera shoot on a middle schooler, you should realize you're crazy.
That's weird. But R. Kelly's in jail right now talking about, hey, man, I did the same thing. Why am I in jail? I did the same thing. I was just taping them, man. She was in middle school, too. Why am I in jail?
Let's keep up with our time here. How are we doing on time, Tiana?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 20 minutes.
Oh, okay,
so we got to do some news. But I'll tell you the funniest sports story because I brought up football. So we all see Tom Brady. Tom Brady, for those of you who don't know, he announced he was retiring. That's what he announced back in what?
That was last year.
Like April.
Yeah.
And then in July, he came back and was like, nah, I'm joking. I'm still playing. All right. And everybody immediately went to, this motherfucker has to hate his family. Because he's 44 years old. Is he 44 or 45? 45.
45, yeah.
45 years old and still playing football, right? Mm-hmm. So then it was funny last week, or this week, rather, his wife, Giselle, which supermodel Giselle, You can look that up. She announced, well, I shouldn't say she announced, but she filed them divorce papers for divorce. Now, that's not the funny part, right? Funny part is the day after she did that, his teammate, Cole Beasley, announced that he was retiring to spend time with his family. And that made me laugh. That I'm like, oh, shit. She's like, she got his teammates scared. Yeah, like, fuck it. If I can't get you to quit, I'm make sure nobody wants to play with you.
How long were they married? Just curious.
A long time. I don't know. They got like 3 kids, 3 kids.
It's probably when he said he coming back and she's like, yo, I'm out.
But I very much think that's a wife move of like, okay, you can keep playing, but I make your teammates quit. Because his wife ain't too happy with him either.
No, damn.
So, yeah, Cole Beasley's like, yeah, man, I'm going to just go be with my family. How mad do you think Tom Brady is at Cole Beasley?
He's an NFL legend, and you're not. So, yeah, he's no different from...
But he played 10 years, so...
Damn.
But how much does Tom Brady dislike his family? That 45... Is he going to have to be hauled off the field, do you think? Like, on a stretcher?
I think a concussion... Listen, I don't want to wish this on nobody. But as you get older, it gets easier for you to get injured. And he doesn't have the best offensive line. One regular ass tackle, like what happened to Tua, if that happens to Brady,
right,
bro, he couldn't come back from that.
And that's the thing. Every day we see somebody get hauled off the field on a stretcher and know that that's their last time. Now, granted, they've changed all sorts of rules for time to survive. But at the same time, you go, damn, man.
Yeah.
Just go be with your family, dog.
Yeah, go be a commentator. Like Tony Romo's making a great living doing the color commentary.
That's what's weird. Yes, younger guys, RG3 and Drew Luck are both commentators. So you go, still fucking Tom Brady. Like, it's selfish at a certain point. Like, bro, you are the best quarterback of all time. Like, damn, bro.
I felt like, I don't know, I brought up Tua. I don't know if anybody saw that, but you know, he got sacked and was throwing up the gang signs.
It was like, fucked up because it didn't look like a hard hit.
No, it wasn't.
And it never does when people get seriously hurt.
It wasn't. It was a very standard tackle. There was no extra malice. He just took him down and
looked slow.
Now imagine that happened to Brady. I mean, people were scared for Tua, but if that was Tom Brady, oh man, they were like, oh man, he might have to walk away from the game.
That motherfucker do anything but take his ass home. That motherfucker must hate with wife and kids. Well, I think he's just fueled by that drive to prove people wrong. I think the same thing about Kanye, by the way. That like Kanye, when he was a producer, but we won't get into it because we got to do some advice. But when he was a producer, it was, you can't be a rapper. You can only produce, right? Then he proved people wrong. I'm a rapper now. Then it became the fashion, right?
Yeah.
Remember he's yelling at Sway, you ain't got the answer, Sway, which he recently said, actually, Sway, maybe you do have the answers and maybe I should have just listened to you. That these people wasn't going to let me have complete control, right? So then now the thing is with politics. They say I can't wear a MAGA hat, but I'm wearing it. They say I can't be a black conservative, but I'm being one. You know what I mean? So I'm saying I think Brady is fueled by that same drive of, you know, I'm the last pick. They said when I won with the Patriots, I was just a backup who got lucky. Then it went to, I won like 4 of them with the Patriots, 5 of them, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, but that's Bill Belichick. And then he went to Tampa Bay and won one. And now it's like, now they saying that I got lucky with that one. The defense was already built. You know, these defensive guys were already down here. And it's like, I think he's fueled. I think at some point you got to disconnect from that and not be fueled by the hate.
He's got that thing, that Jordan thing going with him. Like, Jordan didn't want to walk away. He went to the Wizards, had like 2 lousy seasons there.
Yeah, they were good seasons. He played all 82 at 40, so I won't say lousy. They just weren't Michael Jordan standards. And as people say, Jordan's never won without Pippen, and the beauty in that is Pippen never won without Jordan either. So it's kind of beautiful in that way.
Went to the Blazers and made it to the first round.
But let's get into some advice. What you got there? Chop it up.
I guess we'll talk about Kanye next time. I definitely want to ask.
Well, we talked briefly about him. I think it's funny that Sway gave him the answers all those years ago. Like, why would they let you control that? And it's like, yeah, why would somebody basically give you complete autonomy over their company? If you want to do that, then do it the way Marbury did it. That we seen Marbury with the Starberry brand and all that back in the day. You could have did something like that. Okay. But to partner with Adidas, partner with the Gap, it's like these companies only gonna let you do so much, man.
They want the money. They don't care about any of the other stuff.
Well, that not only that, but they're only gonna let you control so much, and they're only gonna give you a piece, a small percentage.
Well, it'll shut you down. Quick question before I get to. I have a question. There's just something somebody asked me. What's the wildest, craziest thing a woman has asked you for when you just met them? Anything like that?
I can't say I have nothing too crazy because I look broke, and that's on purpose. I don't be wearing $800 Balenciagas and all that. You wearing Balenciagas, a woman ought to ask you for something. That's what the fuck you get for trying to look like you got money.
I remember I met this one woman. I came out of my job. I was working for this rental car company at the time, and I came out after work, and I just see this random chick walking around. Looked like she just came from the club. You know, I'm just like, oh, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Why you dressed like that? But, you know, I ain't think none of it. She comes up to me, and she's like, hey, do you think you can give me a ride to Staten Island? Now, mind you, we're in Queens, Whitestone, right by the Bronx. Mm. And I'm trying to figure out, it's just so random. I'm like, why do you gotta go to Staten Island? My car broke down. I'm kind of stuck out here and somebody's waiting for me. And I'm trying to think to myself, like, why are you here? Where we worked was like a dead end street. It was a lot of trees. It was wasn't a lot of stuff around. I'm like, where are you coming from? Oh, I just came from the DeVry. I'm like, you came from DeVry just like that? Were you fixing cars?
I love that you were getting more of her story because typical New York response is just no.
I was just confused.
Nah.
Well, you know.
Fuck out of here.
You know, also I was curious, you know.
Yeah.
She wasn't ugly. You know.
Okay, she was good looking.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, maybe she needs some help. Maybe I can help her.
So what was the conclusion here?
I took her to Staten Island.
What?
Yeah, she didn't give
me. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know.
You were just down for an adventure?
I was. And
yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer would have had your ass.
Yeah.
You down for an adventure. Oh, I got you. Drink this.
Bring him. He's fun.
Yeah, he would have got your ass.
Yeah, I took her to Staten Island, and then when I got there, then I realized she wasn't giving me gas money. I should ask for that up front, huh?
Yeah.
I just took her. She was cute. She got away with it.
Away with it. You at least got a number, I hope.
Nope. I never saw her again.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Everything. I should have never done that. Never.
So you just randomly became an Uber driver, basically.
I did for free. She didn't pay for it. I was just like, oh, she's cute.
She didn't rate you 5 stars or nothing. She just left you hanging.
And then went to a building and I never saw her again. I was like, where is she going? What's
Ted Bundy would have had your ass, man.
Oh, you want to go? The party's inside there? Is there anybody else in there? How come it's so dark? Oh, it's a club atmosphere.
Random ass woman to Staten Island.
I did. I didn't. She could have been armed. I mean, what she was wearing.
Jesus Christ! Did you pay a toll?
I did pay a toll.
What is wrong with you? I'm gonna talk to you off camera. We're gonna sit you down.
A long time ago.
We're gonna sit you down, let you watch some Kevin Samuels. You
straight
I'm
out.
Very disappointed in you right now.
This is years ago, bro. That's not me
you
anymore.
Out here giving advice?
That's not me anymore. Hey.
That's not me anymore.
That's not me anymore. I'm a different person. I done some soul searching. Okay. I'm a new guy. I'm a different person. I'm not that guy.
Doing some hoe searching there. That's your issue.
At that point.
Jesus Christ, you could have at least got a phone number.
I did. Because
she probably still somewhere telling that story.
Bro, I think at some point I realized that she's not regular. Like I think she was working. You know what I'm saying? Like she got stuck somewhere. Hooker? I think so.
That's why somebody was waiting for her.
Maybe because I'm like, why would you be at a DeVry dressed in high heels and really really tight? You know what I'm saying?
She made up all sorts of shit. She's like, yeah, I was visiting the campus for Phoenix University. You're like, ain't that an online school? Yeah, but I was on campus anyway. So you want to take me to Staten Island? And you were like, sure.
Yeah, there was a little bit of game involved in that. She kind of gave me up, and unfortunately, I was
all right. The advice, although I'm gonna give the advice. You don't get to say shit after that.
Bro. I'm not that guy no more. I wouldn't do that. Nah, you can get this Uber.
You lucky women are nicer people, because Dahmer, Ted Bundy, all of them would have had your ass.
They would have invited me in for coffee, and that would have been it. You want something to drink? This coffee tastes funny. No, that's a
suitcase.
That's a Starbucks blend. Oh, okay.
In a suitcase somewhere in Staten Island, anyway.
Yes, let's get to advice. So what we do here on this podcast, we do offer advice as well as talk about, pop culture, whatever. Now, mind you, me and Phil, we're not We're not experts.
Clearly not experts.
Why you gotta say clearly like
Letting
that, bro?
random women get in the car in Staten Island.
Hey, man. It was a different time. Actually, it wasn't that different of a time. But I'm way too trusted. But listen, we're not experts, okay? So if we give you this advice and it don't work, hey, we never said it would. That's why the show's called But I Don't Know, though. Neither one of us got degrees in counseling, any of that stuff. We just try to help y'all with common sense knowledge.
Get to the question. I'm utterly disappointed in you. Let's go.
No, you. This is years ago. This wasn't recently, dog. Like this was like 10 plus. You know what I'm saying? I was a different guy.
Gas wasn't that cheap.
Yes, it was.
Anyway,
$2. Was I wrong to threaten to call the police because I didn't like the appearance of one of the servers at my wedding? All right. So the first thing I'm gonna say about this question is definitely a white lady.
I think this is a Karen.
I'm gonna call. Yeah, gotta be Karen.
Suspected Karen. Let's
call
go.
the police.
Let's go.
My husband and I got married last Friday. We planned our dream wedding down to our dream catering company. The wedding was beautiful. After the pictures, we headed to our cocktail hour, and that's when I saw her. My guests were all told to wear dark colors, so my husband and I stood out. I also asked my guests to wear minimal makeup. I had assumed that applied to the staff too. The server had on clearly too much eyeliner. She also had diamond studs in her ears, a flashy ring, and one of those ugly nose studs. The staff's uniform was a black long sleeve shirt, but on her, it was too low cut and her pants were far too tight. It was super distracting. She was walking around serving drinks and talking to my guests. I asked another member of the staff to speak to their boss. When the boss came out, I pointed out the server and asked that she be dealt with because she was super distracting. Their boss apologized and called the server back into the kitchen. Not even an hour later, the server was back out serving food for dinner. I called the boss over again and asked if the server could work in the back or go home. Her boss said they were short-staffed tonight, so she would see what could be done. After a couple of hours of not seeing her, I saw the server again behind the bar. I called the boss out one last time and told her if the server didn't leave, I would be calling the cops.
Okay.
The boss finally relented and told the girls to go home. My husband and mother-in-law said I was acting crazy and that I probably got a poor college kid fired over nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
My mother and maid of honor said it's my wedding, so I can do as I please.
Oh my God.
It's my wedding, and I don't want someone overshining me. And the server should know she's at work and not dress up so much. I do feel kind of bad because she was pretty young. Am I the ass? Yes. Yes, yes. You knew you were the ass. You saw this girl looking good in whatever the uniform was they gave her, and you felt threatened. You're like, look how good she looks. She's got these tight clothes on. She's looking good, got the eyeliner. No, I don't feel comfortable. My husband's here. His brother's here. Probably some other exes are here. You're the asshole. You are an asshole for doing that. Like,
that girl left the party and then came outside and asked you for a ride to Staten Island. That was the server you took home.
10 plus years ago, maybe.
She made you take her to Staten Island afterwards.
I had to pay a toll. There was a toll involved.
That's funny.
It wasn't as expensive back then.
But yeah, this lady is definitely an asshole. I know a lot of women will try to, men be trying to humble us. It's like, nah, y'all do that. Y'all do a great job at that yourselves. Like, what was it a few weeks ago that Erica Banks chick was saying, the rapper? She was saying something about, you got to look good to come with me. Then all the women instantly jump to, bitch, you don't even look that good. And you go, well, damn. Okay, well, that was me.
Yeah. She was saying wild stuff.
But I'm saying that to say, back to her, that you go, you sound like you just were jealous.
That's what it sounds like. And
sound like she was young and looking good, and you felt threatened by her.
Bro, I just hate the fact her mother and the maid of honor were like, yeah, it's your wedding. You tell her if you don't want her. Like, yeah, whoa.
Bad behavior.
There's a difference between like being right and being a dick. You were gonna call the cops.
Yeah,
really? You want to call the cops?
It's a woman down here looking better than me.
You got to do something. I need her arrested immediately. What'd you call the cops and tell them? 911, what's your emergency? Hey, I'm at my wedding right now, and there's this bad bitch. She's a 9 out of 10 here, walking around serving drinks.
Yeah, that's
I need y'all to come get her. Like, what? Yeah. Definitely a white lady, because black people can't threaten to call the cops, because if somebody, go ahead, call the cops, like, oh, shit, I got warrants. I can't call the cops. You want me to, I'm going to call them.
So, any more? What else we got? How much more we got? Like 5 minutes time. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Right. One more. Do one more.
Shout out to producer T in the cut. What up, girl? We appreciate you.
Well, that was nice of you to give that young lady who got fired from the wedding a ride to Staten Island.
I'd help her.
I'm going to just keep those two thoughts in my head that's who that was.
Manager said we're short-staffed. It's COVID. We're short-staffed. And she was like, I don't care.
A ride to Staten Island. Well, that sounds like a documentary or something. That's a long-ass bridge to go over, man. A whole toll. Don't you got to pay to get on and off? Or is that just recently?
Yeah, I had to pay to go back to, man. Which
Jesus Christ, man.
That's when it really hit me like, there's nothing happening here. Why did you do this?
You didn't even ask for a sniff. Jesus Christ, man.
Stuck in traffic.
Next question.
I was stuck in traffic too, just sitting there just thinking about it. Like, man, she didn't even give me her number or her name.
Jesus.
I would have ended up on Dahmer's plate with the A1 steak sauce. Absolutely.
This is like that Life Jennings story. You just should have kept it to yourself.
Like, yeah, he should. I don't know what he told. It's like, yeah, I sang to him. Like, you sang to Jeffrey Dahmer, okay?
He said I was taking requests.
Pretty brown eyes.
That's so weird that Jeffrey Dahmer, even mint condition, is like, we don't want nothing to do with this story.
Next question, and if you guys have questions you want to ask, feel free to send them to the podcast. But I don't know though, pod DM us. We'll help you as best as we can. Next question here is I love this one. Should I tell my handyman that I feel extremely anxious when he uses the bathroom for its intended purpose? I have a handyman doing work on my home. I noticed that when he uses the bathroom, he is in there a while and going number 2. My anxiety levels are through the roof. Do I tell him anything, and what should I say? Why don't you take this one? I have an answer.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
He's doing work on a house.
Yeah.
Construction guy doing renovations, I guess. Mm-hmm. And she has issues with a plumber using the plumbing.
Handyman using, yeah.
Yeah, that seems a little. That seems like a you problem. I mean, we all know what happens in the bathroom. I would just put like the proper accommodations inside the restroom. I would make sure he has plenty of toilet paper, air freshener, and I would say, hey, you can light that incense on your way out. Don't be shy.
I have a thing about letting people use my bathroom. I don't mind if it's number 1, but if she's like, he's going number 2 and he's in there a long time.
Okay.
I don't want to smell anything. I don't want to be out of toilet paper. No, if it's number 1, feel free. If it's number 2, you're going to have to take that down to McDonald's or Starbucks. You can't do number 2 in my house.
Take it to a public restaurant.
I'm the only one who does number 2 in my house, unless it's like close. I don't even like when we're in the other part of the penthouse. I don't go number 2. I don't disrespect your bathroom like that's disrespect. You come in my bathroom and blow that up.
Do what you gotta do. That's the reason that the door is shut. It's a private place, and I mean I don't know. Like
I can't do that in someone else's house. I have to, because especially like
so you
I
don't
did
play.
that.
You don't play road games.
Road games.
Road games on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
as in a stadium. This guy, a road game, meaning you're not at home. Opposite of a home game.
No.
Road game is shitting in somebody else's bathroom.
I've never heard that term.
Since you're gonna make me spell it out.
Spell it out. I've never done it. No, I don't. I hold it.
That might be why Draymond punched Poole. He might have did too much.
You know, you broke my toilet, son.
He like, next time go in the visitor's locker room and do that.
You pushed us.
Don't do that shit in the home locker room.
You imagine me doing that in your bathroom and blowing it up. Like,
you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, you know. I'd rather that than you hold it in and be standing next to me and farting a lot. And I'm like, what the hell is that smell?
You know what that smell is.
Yeah, and you can see in some people's face that they constipated. You see that here a lot here in New York, you know, when somebody will come in, hey, can I use the restroom? And they'll be like, oh, you got to buy something, or this is only for customers. And now you got somebody going, well, shit, this is a barbershop. I guess I could get a haircut. Hey, tighten me up real quick. And I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that. I ain't going. I can't do it. Not gonna go. I'll do number 1. Number 2, forget it.
So you think he should tell him to leave the house?
I think he should put an out of order sign on the toilet and tell him.
But he's probably a plumber, so he'll be like,
you fix it. You can't use it, but you need you to fix it.
Yeah,
nothing's wrong with it after all? Oh, man, that's crazy.
That's wild. How you got anxiety about somebody else's shit?
Because then you got to go in there behind them.
But you ain't got to go right behind them.
Marinating in the dookie air.
Like
Nobody wants to marinate in dookie air.
Provide some incense, some air freshener, some something, and then give it 20 minutes before you go in there behind them.
He comes out, he's grabbing at his waistline.
Okay, all right.
Like,
Hey, we all gotta do what we gotta do.
Bro, he comes out the bathroom, goes, whew, it drives chills up my spine. Like, I know what he did when he says, whew, I know what happened.
I think that's a you problem. I'm gonna go with
We're
that.
split decision on this. But look, this could be our second poll question for this episode.
Uh-oh.
Do you let outside people use your bathroom?
Do you play road games, and do you allow road games in your home?
That's right. If it's a yes, you're with Phil. If it's a no, you're with me. Vote now. We'll put this up on Instagram, and we'll see what the people have to say. But this has been another wonderful episode of But I Don't Know Though, man. We got to get this. We gotta blow this up more, bro. Please follow us at But I Don't Know Though Pod. This is fun, and I hope you enjoy this, whether you're listening in your car, you're going to work, or if you watch it on YouTube and you're cleaning the house, get behind the fridge. All right?
If anybody needs a ride to work here, ask him.
I got you.
Tell him you got somebody waiting on you.
You don't even have to give me your name. I won't ask.
Tolls.
2 tolls. 2 tolls. We're 1 for 2 on the vino. We're going to try something new next week. The Santo Gin was a miss. It tastes like Robitussin, so if you're sick or you don't feel good, I guess you can go with the Jamaican tonic wine.
Hit that. Thanks for listening.
Cabernet was a thumbs up.
All right, we out.
Yes, we'll see y'all next week. New episodes every Tuesday. Thanks, T.
This guy. You sure you don't want to say more? Give me your social security.
Got it in, nah.
That's the longest outro I've ever seen.
It's the tonic. It gave me the energy. Oh,
Staten Island, man. You got me.